Hi there, folks. It's Brian here. Good to be with you again for what I think will be a fairly short video. I'm going to try to keep this fairly short and to the point. I'm filming this video on Friday, the 13th of October, 2023, at just coming up for 9:30 in the evening. And I'm planning to post it early on Saturday, the 14th of October. The reason being that at 6 p.m. UK time on the 14th, that's about 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have got a new moon in Libra and also a solar eclipse. They're coinciding at this particular point in the year. And those of you who are of an astrological persuasion will know that new moons are about new beginnings. They are when astrologically the sun and the moon become conjunct, and therefore also joining together are the energies symbolized by the sun, which is our spiritual higher consciousness, and the energy symbolized by the moon, our more emotional, intuitive nature. And Libra is cardinal air, so it's likely that the solar energies would dominate somewhat. So we're talking about quite a fiery time of new beginnings. Because obviously the sun is fiery, although we are talking about an air sign, and it's very much an initiating time. There's an element of new beginnings with booster rockets on here, and the eclipse really kind of adds that to the tone, if you like, of the new moon. So this is a powerful trigger for change, for breakthrough, for disruption. And because we're talking about the new moon and the eclipse in Libra, we're likely to see a period of rebalancing and a focus on dualistic things. So, a refocusing on our relationships and other dualities, partnerships, perhaps in business. So, it's a good time to reevaluate and re energize some of those things. So, to help you do that, I would like to share with you a tarot spread that I have designed specifically for the new moon. It's actually called my new month tarot spread, and it can be used at time of a new moon or the beginning of a new calendar month, or indeed the beginning of any month-long period that's important to you. And it's a spread that appears in my new spreads book called 20 self-care tarot spreads. I'll put the link for that somewhere around this video so that you can access that if you would like. And I've also got a little bonus video, or a bonus spread rather, for you in this video, which is leaning into the energy of Libra. And we'll be using the Justice card to help us tap into that. So, really, this is about my new month spread with a little bit of a bonus spread added in. So, I hope you enjoy. And without further ado, let's take a look at the new month spread. So here we have it. Here we have the new month tarot spread. You'll see from the layout there on the slide that I suggest that you might want to consider using the moon card in your deck as a significator. You don't have to do that though. You could use a significator that you would normally use if that's appropriate to you. You don't need to use a significator at all, of course. But if you do, then the moon would be appropriate. So would justice, because justice, of course, is the major arcana card that relates to Libra. So, in fact, I've got a little bonus spread for you, which I'll share in a second, where we do use justice as a significator. But for this, let's imagine we're using the moon. And there are four positions in the spread. You can pull one card per position if you like, or you can pull multiple cards per permission. That's entirely up to you and how you like to read. But it's really simple, just the four positions. The first one up there at the top left is all around finding out what the main theme for the month is. What theme are we embracing in this period ahead? The second card is around looking at what lessons have we learned from the period just gone, from the month just gone. That might also talk to us of what we might want to release from that month just gone. So see what comes up and interpret it as feels appropriate to you. The next one, number 3, up there at the top right, is looking at our forward focus. Where do we want to focus in the month ahead? And then the fourth one is about how we engage with the seasonal energy of this coming period, of this coming month. Now, Given that we're talking about the new moon in Libra, you might specifically dive into how can you best engage with Libran energy, the energy of balance in this period ahead. So that's the moon spread. And the next spread, the little bonus spread I have for you, actually will help enhance that fourth question, all about how to engage with the seasonal energy of the coming month. So let's have a look at that. So what's rather fun about this is it's exactly the same layout, the same four cards or same four positions in the same places. And all we need to do here is shift out the moon as a significator card and put justice in its place. Again, if you use significators, you don't need to. And what I've done with this spread is I talked to you earlier, a few minutes earlier, about the fact that the new moon and the eclipse relate to a conjunction of the sun or moon and moon astrologically, and therefore a conjunction of their energies. So this spread is about looking at the conjunction of those energies and the balance of those energies. And I'll show you a couple of ways you can read this, but the positions are as follows. The first one asks, we ask the cards, where may I find or create spiritual balance, either in my life generally or in this period ahead? And that's the solar side of things, that higher consciousness side of things that's related to the sun. The second card is around how may I find or create emotional balance or intuitive balance in my life or in the period ahead. That's about the lunar side of ourselves, the more intuitive side of ourselves, symbolized by the moon. The third card, the next two cards are about looking forward. So the third card is about how can my mind, my higher consciousness, my solar self contribute to this period ahead. And the fourth card is about how can my heart, my intuition, my lunar self, my emotional nature contribute to the period ahead. And because Libra is all about balance, it's quite fun to read this spread, or read the cards in this spread in a couple of different ways. One, you can read them exactly as I've described here, one after the other, one, two, three, four. It's also rather fun to read them in different pairs. So you can read cards one and two together, where you're looking at that solar and lunar balance of, where we might find that solar lunar balance. And then you might want to read them as one and three and two and four, so across the way as pairs of cards. So there you're asking, where might I find or create spiritual balance, that solar balance, and how might my mind contribute to that? And then the same for the lunar side of things. So it's a fun way of playing with this notion of balance and duality and symmetry that the Justice card helps to symbolize. So that's a bonus spread, and the new month spread is in my new book, which I'll tell you about now. So here it is, the new book, 20 Self-Care Tarot Spreads, which, as the name implies, provides you with 20 suggested tarot layouts, all based around the theme of self-care. And I'll pop the link for that somewhere around this video so you can access that. You will also get access to a video I've recorded, a 20-minute class, effectively, on how we can design our own tarot spreads in 7 simple steps. So not only are you getting access to these 20 self-care tarot spreads that I've put together, but you also have access to a process that I've used for years to design tarot spreads. It's how I've designed all these spreads, and it's how you'll be able to design spreads of your own. And as the name suggests in this book, all the spreads I've put together here are themed around self-care. So you'll find spreads around how to recover from burnout, how to grow and build your confidence, how to balance the energies within your life. There's a spread around boosting creativity. There are a number of review spreads in terms of looking at the year ahead or behind, or as we've just done, the month ahead or behind, the day ahead or behind. And I also give various variations of the 3-card spread and the 2-card spread. So although it's called 20 self-care tarot spreads, there are actually quite a few more packed in there. And once you know how to design your own tarot spreads using the class that comes with the book, then you'll have a multitude of spreads at your disposal forevermore. So that's my little new moon contribution, and I hope it's of use to you, and I will see you again very very soon. Thanks as ever for being here.